live to the world at the moment. We're live to Facebook. We're live to Twitter. We're live on YouTube. All right. So if you wondered where I've been the last few days, I haven't been well. So I'm a bit better now. So if I'm looking rough, it's because I've been rough. So who am I? Well, my name's Jason from septictank.co.uk. Let me show you a bit more of that. Yep, septictank.co.uk TV. All right, welcome to this live broadcast. Some people say, Jason, it's not live, it's recorded. Well, let me tell you this. It is now 3:45 and it's Wednesday the 4th. So there you go. I can't be any liver than that. If I'd be dead if I wasn't alive. So there's no in between. I suppose there's a comatose state, but anyway, I digress. So this particular broadcast is about septic tanks. All right, which is the best septic tank? Which are the best septic tanks that you can buy on the UK market today? So that is what I thought we would discuss in this particular broadcast. So let me just get things up. Which are the best septic tanks for sale you can buy? Well, let's get straight into this. Right, if you go on the internet, there's tons and tons of different septic tanks for sale. I mean, here's some here. You've got loads of weird looking shapes here. Okay, so a lot of these are American. I mean, here's some American ones there. There's some concrete ones. Those are typical ones in America. In England, typically, they tend to be low profile ones like this one or onion ones like this one. So I suppose this begs the question, what's best? An onion septic tank or a low profile septic tank? Okay, so let me just dive straight into this. Okay, so as I said, there's two different types of septic tanks in the UK. We're going to have a look at them. All right. So this is what I mean by onion-shaped septic tank. It's like a light bulb, I suppose. It's like a light bulb. Onion, I don't know why they call them an onion shape. Maybe it's because of its bulbous size, but it has got a neck in it. It looks like a mushroom, if you ask me, or if it's been, as I said, an upside down light bulb. But the point being is, these particular septic tanks are very, 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 very popular. All right. So, and they can be bought for pennies. Well, when I say pennies, I mean pounds, but they can be bought typically a lot cheaper than a low profile septic tank. And what I meant is, if you're looking to save the pennies, some people think that this is a good buy to go for because they're going to save money. So we're going to have a look at that. Is buying a cheaper tank that's saving you 250 to 200 quid better than the alternative? What's the alternative? Well, let me show you what the alternative is. The alternative is, let me just do this, a low profile septic tank. Okay, so you've got the two. You've got an onion tank, or you've got a low profile septic tank. So what's best? One of these or one of these? Okay, so I'm going to attempt to explain the pros and the cons of both of these right now. So let's just get straight on with the onion tank. So yes, it's true. You can buy an onion-shaped septic tank for about £200 cheaper than a low-profile one. So makes sense, yeah, to go for an onion one. Or does it? Right, well, let me explain this to you. Right, onion-shaped septic tanks are typically twice the height of a low-profile septic tank. So when you've got something that is twice as high, you're looking at a bigger digging depth, right? So you can see the digger there that we've got in the background. Well, for an onion tank, you're going to need a digger twice the size to dig the hole than you would for a low-profile one. So what are we talking about height-wise? Well, let's see if I've actually got this. Just bear with me a second. Here we go. Let me show you this. Okay, if I give you the actual dimensions now, and I actually show you, It's just opening up, so bear with me a minute. All this technology, at least you know it's live. At least you know I'm alive, right? So come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, so here we go. Here we go, here we go. It's opening up. Right, okay, so let me show you. Let me show you this. Okay, so bear with me a second. Bear with me a second. All right, so let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so where's the grass gone? Where is the grass gone? Our grass cover. All right, there we go. Ta-da! That is the basic difference between an onion tank and a low profile tank. So straight away, you can see the difference there. So let me just take the hole for the hole away there. Hold on, 2 seconds. Soil over bullet soil. There we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, so there you go. So straight away you can see the difference between the onion shaped septic tank and the low profile septic tank. So number one, difference, height. So what does that mean cost wise? Okay, so let's say you've saved yourself 200 quid on the onion shaped septic tank so far. Great. But no, suddenly you've got to buy a digger to dig a hole twice the size. So that's going to cost you another 200, 300, 400 quid. All right, to get a digger twice the size. So you haven't really saved anything. But then the next problem is this. Once you've dug the hole, so let me dig the hole for the hole for the onion. There you go. There's the hole for the onion. And let me dig the hole for the low profile one. All right, so once you've dug the hole and you've put the tank in, with the onion tank, you've got to concrete them in. All right, so what does that mean? Well, it means that you've got to spend another 600, 700, 800 quid concreting the onion tanks in. Some people say, well, I don't want to concrete the tank in. Well, you have to, because if you read the small print, the manufacturers state that unless you concrete the onion septic tank in, unless you concrete them in, then they won't warranty it for you. So the warranty is null and void. Secondly, if you don't concrete them, right, the problem you have is that the septic tanks will pop out the ground, and they do. I have many people ringing me up. It's never happened to me, thankfully, because I was aware of this problem, but many people who aren't just backfill with some shingle or some gravel, and they come back the next morning and the tank's popped out the ground. So that's your second thing. You've got to get a big digger, number one. You've got to concrete it in, number two. So what does it cost to concrete an onion tank in the ground? Well, you're looking at minimum of flipping heck, 600, 700, 800 quid minimum, all right, to concrete it in. But not only that, right, the concrete can take a day or two to set. And before you concrete it in, there's something else you've got to do. You've got to anchor the onion shape down. You've got to put straps around it, and you've got like put a concrete lintel at the bottom of it to weigh it down, to hold it down before you put the concrete in. Because when you start filling the hole with concrete, because there's a lot of water and moisture in the concrete, it actually gets under the bulbous bit of the tank and pushes it up out of the ground again. So, oh God, can you see where we're going with this? All right, so you've saved 200 quid, right? You've bought your onion tank. You've got to get a bigger digger. You've got to concrete the flaming thing. You've got to flipping put an anchor on it. And you're talking about, by the time it takes the concrete to set, you're looking at an extra day. So a day to dig the hole, an extra day to put the concrete in, a day to flipping wait for the concrete to set. So suddenly, right, what you thought you were saving at 200 quid is now costing you like 1,000, 1,200 quid more. More than what? More than a low profile tank. Okay, so there's the low profile tank, right? So you've bought it. You've dug a hole, which has taken you 40 minutes. Then when you've done it, all you do is this. You put some shingle around it, like so. Then you cover it with topsoil, like so. Job done. So these tanks take, I'm not kidding you, about an hour and a half, 2 hours to put in from start to finish. The onion tanks, by the time you flaming anchored them down and you put the concrete around them, you're looking at flaming hell. You're looking at 3 days. Now, you don't believe me? Well, let me show you this, right? Because I've got some images here on. All right, so here's a guy. I don't know who this guy is, but I just wanted to show you this, right? Right, so let me just show you some pictures online. These aren't my pictures, by the way. This is someone who's installing online. So straight away with the onion tank, right? They're a pig. You see how big the digger is on this? This is not a 1.5 ton digger. This is like a 7, 8, 9 ton digger, right? Look at the size of it, because that's the size you need, because the tank's about 12 foot in height before you start, right? Then not only that, not only have you got to flaming dig a hole deep enough, you've then got to have the reach to attach the string or the straps to the flaming septic tank to lift it into the hole. And these holes are massive flaming holes. I mean, all right, that's filled in now. Let me show you another one here. I mean, look at this, right? Let's see if I can just zoom in on this a bit. Right. So you can see the tank in the hole there, right? At the bottom, so that tank in itself is about 11, 12 foot in height. You'll notice they've actually sat it on a flipping like a slab there, right? Below the slab is a foundation of concrete. They haven't concreted this in yet, right? They've got a plank of, oh, they're a flaming nightmare, these tanks to flaming put in. So, but the point being is, look, I'm not demonizing onion tanks. I'm just saying technology has moved on. Onion tanks were great in the 80s and the 90s when there was nothing better. But if you're looking to put an onion tank in, if you're looking to buy an onion tank because you think you're going to save like 200 quid by getting one, think again. You'll save 200 quid up front, but it'll cost you 12 to 1500 quid to put in. Plus, you'll spend an extra 3 days putting this flaming tank in that you didn't expect, right? So for me, for that reason, that's why I prefer these tanks. Let me show you what I prefer, right? I've been doing this game for 20 years now, right? 20 years I've been doing the septic tank game, and I only sell products that are legal, you know, the government approved, and they're designed for the DIY market. So these are my most popular selling tanks. They're like called a heavy duty HDPE, which basically means high density polyethylene. It's very, very strong tank, but that's why they can make it so shallow. It's got like a rib design on there as well. And as you can see, it's a shallow dig. There's no concrete needed. And probably seen my videos on YouTube, but look, you simply just dig the hole, you backfill with shingle, you cover it with soil, job done. These kind of tanks, these are the future of septic tanks. These tanks were a scientific breakthrough when they came out not so long ago. And they're just amazing, right? They're just amazing. But it's not only the septic tank that's the problem here. Let me just go back to this, right? So with an onion-shaped septic tank, you've also got the depth of the soakaway. This is another consideration. So you're not only spending 1,500 quid more to put your tank in, but you suddenly got to spend like 1,000 quid more putting the soakaway in. Why do I say that? Well, on the onion pipes, on the onion tanks, you'll notice that the outlet pipe is like a meter below the grass, a meter before you start, right? In many cases, it's like a meter and a half. So that means that this soakaway, right, because you're going down deeper, has to cover a massive, massive surface area, right? And oh God, the holes, the site. Well, look, if you're, let me show you. Look, let me show you some of this, right? Let's see if we can go on here, and let's just go to. Let's just go back to Google, and let's type in septic tank soakaway. Let's see if I can just show you some of the sizes. Here's one here. All right, so look at the size of this flaming soakaway system on here. Let's just view some more on here. All right, this gives you a sense of scale. All right, this gives you a sense of scale. Right, with an onion tank, you've got to dig a hell of a deep hole. Right? I don't know who these guys are. Right, you've got to dig a hell of a size hole. Then once you've dug your hole, you've got to put like a shingle bed down, right? So on these kind of, the shingle alone in this instance, even if you get it loose at 35 quid a ton, flaming hell, it's going to cost you 700-800 quid for the bed of shingle there, minimum, right? Minimum. All right. Now, once you've done that, once you put your bed of shingle down, you then got to lay your pipe work down, right? So there's a picture of the shingle, right, going down in between the pipes. So what I'm saying to you is, right, so you put your shingle down, then you've got to put your flaming inspection chamber in. Then you've got to put your septic tank pipes in. Okay, now these pipes aren't flaming cheap. Each length of these, right, I mean, this is a short herringbone system, but just to put it into context, these are about 3 meters long, and each pipe there is about 20, 30 quid. So, you know, the soakaway, this kind of soakaway is going to cost you, ooh, man alive, with the pipes and the shingle, because also on top of that, you've then got to put shingle back on top. So you could need an inspection chamber, you need a massive herringbone system, you need orange pipes, and then after that, if that isn't enough, right, after that, if that's not enough, you've then got to put a shingle bed on top of it, like that, before you put the soil back. So you're looking material, oh man, you're looking at least 1,500 to 2,000 quid for your soakaway with these, right? And that's nuts. So this job is a big job. If you're putting an onion tank in, all for the sake of, why have we even gone down this route? We've gone down this route because you wanted to save 200 quid and buy yourself an onion tank. All right. So am I making a mountain out of a molehill? Am I demonizing onion septic tanks? Am I, you know, trying to flipping mislead you with misinformation? No, I'm not. Let me show you how easy it is, not only to put a low profile tank in like the ones I've just showed you, right? One of these, but let me show you how easy it is to put the soakaway in. All right, so let me just get this up now. All right, so here we go. Here's the low profile tank. So let me just start this from the beginning, right? If I start this from the beginning, I'm going to show you how easy it is to put these low profile septic tanks in. So there's your garden. You turn up on site. So whether you got experience or not, you turn up on site, okay? You've turned up on site. You've got a 3-ton digger. You've got your little low profile tank. And watch this. This is how easy it is. Number one, you dig a trench from the house, from your soil pipe. So let's say the soil pipe was there by the front door, right? So you dig a trench from your soil pipe towards where you want to put your septic tank. Then when you know where you want to put your septic tank, you then dig the hole for the septic tank. Okay, so there we go. So there's the hole for the septic tank. There we go. So that's pretty straightforward. So it's taken you about 40 minutes to dig the hole, and you've dug a little trench. So let's say it's taken you an hour so far. All right. So now what I'm going to do is do a little side thing here, and I'm going to show you this. All right. Then when you've done that, you literally just put the tank into the hole, like so. All right, that's pretty straightforward so far, isn't it? Okay, that's pretty straightforward. And then you can put, well, you should have done this first, actually, but I put what I should have done first, actually, but it doesn't matter. The trench that you dug, you put a pipe in it. Standard 4-inch orange pipe. All right, this gives you your levels. I'm doing this really simply and basic for you, but look, you put your pipe in, then you've put your low profile septic tank in. Okay, really simple so far. Now this is even simpler. It gets even easier from here. Have a look at this, right? You dig another small hole. I'm going to show you what goes in there in a minute. Then you're going to dig one more hole like that. Okay, so let's just zoom out. So there you go. So you've dug a hole that looks like a small chubby T. All right, then all you do is this. So it's taken you an hour and a half so far to get this far. Okay, the next thing you do is you put your outlet pipe from your tank to about here. Then all you do then is connect an inspection chamber. I'm going to show you what that's about in a minute. Then once you've done that, this is just amazing. This is amazing what I'm about to show you. This has revolutionized the soakaway industry. You put some membrane in the hole, and then on top of the membrane, you place some septic tank soakaway crates. Now, these are not rainwater crates. You can't use rainwater crates for a septic tank soakaway. They just don't work. Builders do that to try and save money, and they end up having to dig the soakaway back up 3 or 4 months later. They just don't work, okay? These are septic tank soakaway crates, okay? So I thought I'd just interject with that point there. All right, so then you put your crates in, look. Your septic tank crates. Then you connect your pipe from your, where is it? Your pipe. Oh yeah, pipe to crates. There we go. And you just literally connect your pipe from the inspection chamber into the crates. Now, I said before I tell you what this chamber is, it's like it collects all the debris. Sanitary towels, nappies, baby wipes, people do put them down the septic tank system. And this kind of, I put a filter in here, and it basically collects all the debris. You just lift the lid, pull the debris out, and put the lid back. That's what that's for. All right. So now all this has taken you, oh man, an hour to do. So we're up to about 3.5 hours so far. Then once you've done that, all that you do is cover the crates with a membrane. And so if you're wondering what this hole is behind me here, this is just a cutaway section so I can show you what it's like. So in reality, it would look something like this. So let me put the grass back. There you go. That's what it would look like. Okay. So it's as simple as that. So let's do a little aerial view for you. So you've got your pipe to your house, to your soil pipe. You've put your low profile tank in. You've put your inspection chamber in. You've put your crates in. Job done. So in about 3.5, 4 hours, you've got an entire septic tank system. Now, remember I said no concreting. All right. So let me show you how you install the bullet tank. Really easy. Watch. Once you put it in the ground, all you do is this. Watch this. You just put some shingle around it. There you go. Just 20 to 30 mil granular backfill. It's as simple as that. Okay, and when you've done that, you just cover the crates with soil, because the soil isn't going to get into the crates because you've got your membrane. So you put your soil over it, put your soil over your inspection chamber, put the soil over the tank, fill the trench back in, and then voila, literally in about 5 hours, you've got an entire septic tank and soakaway system installed. So for me, and for that reason, that is why I prefer these kind of low profile septic tanks any day compared to these kind of massive. I mean, look, that gives you a sense of scale there, right? Because the guys, right, how tall is that guy, right? 5.5 foot? He's standing on top of the septic tank, right? He's standing on top of the tank. I mean, the top of the tank to the top of the neck is what? 5 foot? That hole, I'm telling you, that hole is about 15 foot deep, right? The hole for that low profile tank that I just showed you, right, is 3.5, 4 foot. It's 10 foot less, 10 foot less of a hole than that. That's what I wanted to show you, how nuts these concrete tanks, these onion tanks are to put in. It's just death, right? If you're going to put an onion tank in, make sure you put barriers around the side to stop the hole filling in, and make sure you get a good life insurance, because I know many people who's diggers and have fallen into these holes and almost died and have died, right? So it's no joke. So for the sake, let me just tell you, please, 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 for the sake of 200 quid, please consider other options, because the 200 quid is a red herring. That saving 200 quid up front will cost you 3,000-4,000 quid at the back end by the time you put the tank in and you've put your soakaway in. So just getting back to here, just one more thing I wanted to show you before I end the live broadcast today. One thing I've tried to do to make really easy is here's where you can get the septic tank crates, but I just wanted to show you this. To make it really easy, I actually sell septic tank soakaway kits, right? So what that means is, right, you don't have to worry about getting all the components and putting them into your shopping cart and checking out with them. You can actually buy, right, in this kit, right? So that onion septic tank and that soakaway is going to cost you 3,500-4,000 quid minimum without someone installing it, right? A whole septic tank system for me is going to cost you 1,499. It's half the price, if not 2/3 cheaper. And they're government approved, and they're easy to install, right? So with my septic tank soakaway kits, what you actually get, right? Oh, by the way, just go to septictank.co.uk, you can see it there. But with it, you get, let me show you what you're getting. You're getting 5 times 3 meter pipes. So you're getting 15 meters of pipes, right? You're getting a German inspection chamber. You're getting the septic tank. And you're getting the amazing septic tank soakaway crates, okay? That's what you're getting with my septic tank and soakaway kit. Now, as I said, you can, if you've got different size bedrooms, doesn't matter. I do them. You can get them from 1 to 2 bedroom, 3 to 4 bedroom, or 5 to 6 bedroom. So there we go. I just wanted to show you, right? Just wanted to show you the difference between the onion-shaped septic tanks and the low-profile ones. So for me, for the reasons I've stated, not just because you can die putting them in, because you can die putting a lot of things in. I suppose you can die crossing the road. But if you want to if you want to put a septic tank in instead of it taking you 4 or 5 days, and wanted to do it in one day and save yourself 3, 4, 5,000 quid, then look, get yourself a low-profile septic tank. It's as simple as that. And that's it, really. That's my tip of the day. So thank you very much for watching my live broadcast today. It's been a privilege and an honor talking to you. I don't know if I'll be back later, but I'll certainly be back tomorrow with another live broadcast. So in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that's helped, and I will speak to you soon.